Hey folks, it's Matt aka Slash here. I am recording very late at night. I had to do some work starting at 10:30 that lasted a lot longer than I expected it to. It is now 12:30. I really wanted to get a video out tonight, or get one recorded tonight, and still plan on doing so. But I am very frustrated because I just spent the last half hour recording, talking, audio commentary recording just fine, only to discover that I have not been recording the video this entire time. I blame the late hour. I am an old man. I am 30 years old. I do not stay up past like 10:30, 11 o'clock most nights. And I am up at 12:30, excuse me, right now, so I blame that for the derpiness. And it's also frustrating, too, because what Mint was talking about just then was I had this great intro originally that was when I started recording originally. I thought I had done the work that I needed to do at 10:30, and I wasn't due for doing more work until 11:30. So I thought, hey, this, almost an hour's worth of time, I can get enough content for a pretty good episode in that time. And I was just about to start recording when the phone rings. There was a problem with the work that I did at 10:30. Problem not so much on my end, but with the software that we're using. I did something unexpected that it didn't do the last time that we had performed this particular update, and I needed to work on that. So I quick dug down a little hole in here and threw a leaf block above my head to keep the water out, and just went back, went to work. Didn't pay any more attention to it. Until at one point, as I'm waiting for a process to complete, I happen to glance over at the Minecraft screen, which I still had running, just sitting there, logged in, idling on the server, and I noticed that right above my head, through the leaf block, I can see this slime just sitting there, spinning like mad, like doing ballet on top of my head. And it was very amusing, and I wanted to start my video out with that. I thought to myself, that would be a hilarious way to start a video. Just me staring up at the sky, through the water, slime pirouette on my head. And I did. I started out just that way and talked all about it and everything. And then realized all of a sudden, I have not been recording. Like I said, for half an hour I was recording, and nothing. No video at all, just the audio. Can you tell I'm new at this? This cake here was left by Mint. She came by and dropped off the 5 stacks of dirt that I just went through to expand that out a few more rows. And Mint, I love Mint. Her delivery policy is always, whenever she swings by with something, she'll drop it off, and she'll give you something to eat. Be it a cake, be it a stack of chocolate chip cookies, whatever. There's always food involved. And I think that's an excellent business model. I wholeheartedly approve of such a plan. So, keep on doing good work there, Mint. Anyway, I'm over here at the swamp. As you can see, I'm just trying to... I didn't bring any snow with me. I had brought a whole bunch of leaf blocks that I had sheared off of my trees in my tree farm, and I'm just expanding out that way. I ideally want to try and get this entire biome filled up, and then expand the checkerboard pattern all the way out. That way, as you're going across, harvesting slimes, more are spawning behind you, and you can just turn around and come back, and as you keep going back and forth, they just keep spawning because there's plenty of spawning space. It's going to take a lot of blocks to accomplish, but I think it'll be worth it in the end. I actually have harvested 2 stacks of slime balls. I gave Mint 1 stack when she was over with the dirt earlier, as a little thank you gift, parting gift. Not as tasty as cake, but, they'll have to do. And unfortunately, I was not able to, where the heck was I going with that? I have no idea where I was going with that. I should not be recording at this hour, that is for sure. Another thing that got missed, just moving right along. Don't call attention to it, they won't notice. Another thing that got missed from my original attempt at recording was the fact that I'm going to be putting a slime farm. Oh my gosh, that's what I'm building over there. I'm going to be putting an ice cube tray in. The concept is something Etho had done in one of his videos. He implemented it in a couple of different places. He has one on the Minecraft server, and he has one on his single-player world. He has at least one on his single-player world. He might actually have two in his SSP world. And I'm not sure which design, or which video, which world this design is from. I think it's from his single-player world. But this one is the design that involves pistons in a what you would call a knight's move configuration, so that they're staggered in such a way that, in case you're not familiar with the concept, water in a biome such as this freezes faster. Dang it. Freezes faster whenever there is a block next to it. So if you just take a lake, for instance, say it's 10 by 10 lake, and you just start letting it freeze, it will freeze from the outside in. It won't freeze uniformly across the entire surface. So if you're waiting for it to freeze before you harvest the ice, then you're going to be waiting a lot longer than if it were to freeze all at the same time. If all the blocks had an equal chance of turning into ice as you went. So this design is very similar to the pattern you might use for a field of sugarcane, where you ensure that all of the water blocks in the lake have a snow block. Well, let me just have a snow block next to them, or some kind of block. In this case, it would be a snow block. So the idea is that you have your piston extends a snow block up like that, and then this dirt here is equivalent to the water. And then you would put another snow block here and water around, and you just continue that in a, up 2 over 1, just like a knight moves in chess. And you just continue that pattern forward and across the entire area. And that gives the ice or the water an equal chance, all the blocks an equal chance to freeze. It still takes a while to... Oh, the keys are getting stuck again. It still takes a while for the ice to freeze, but it will freeze a lot faster with this procedure than it would if you were to just let it freeze from the outside in. Good heavens, how many saplings did I get out of that one tree? It's like 9. I think I picked one up earlier, so that's like at least 8. I don't know if I've ever gotten that many saplings on a one tree before. So what we're doing here is we're just going to excavate out I marked off a 36 by 36 area. Let me just put this torch back down so I don't get lost. A 36 by 36 area. And we're going to excavate it down, 3 or 4 blocks under. Ooh, jeez. Ow. I don't know why I went to that much trouble for one dirt block. Oh, I know why, because it's going to take forever to fill that thing in. And then once we have it all excavated out, then we'll be able to start laying down all of the circuitry needed to place the pistons. And I don't think that we're going to get anywhere near that far today, because it's going to be a very long project to finish up. But we're going to get as much of the headway done tonight as we can. And what I'd like to do is I would like to get, at the very least, oh, dang it, I'm down here again. Let's do this. Preemptive floor. At some point, I'm gonna want to light this up, probably. How far does this go? Oh, it just wraps around. There. The point was now. What was I saying? I don't remember. It is 12:40 in the morning. How am I supposed to remember a single thing? We'll get this floor down here so that as I dig, I stop falling into that stupid cave. There we go. So I'm going to see if I can't manage to finish excavating this area out and do that work off camera, and then we'll rejoin at that point and see how much time we've got left for the episode. See you later. Okay, here's phase 1 done. I'm gonna have to go through and light it up probably a little bit. Or I might just put some fences in. Well, it's gonna have to be lit up anyway, but I don't have enough torches with me to be able to light it up sufficiently. So that'll be a project for another time. But this is the start of it. I've got the area cleared out. Next thing I'll be doing is essentially just digging down probably one inside this area. This is 36 by 36. The part that will actually freeze is going to be 32 by 32. And then on two sides of that, there will be water sources. So that... Actually, it might need to be bigger than that yet. Now that I'm thinking about it some more. I'm going to have to go look at my plan for it in my creative mode at some point. But the idea is that there will be two lines on adjacent sides of a square that will have water source blocks in them. And then stepping in the square from that, there will be a row of pistons on either side that will descend into the water most of the time to block those water sources and prevent them from doing anything but sit in there. And then the rest of it will be the actual tray where the ice will form. And the idea is that you have the tray empty initially, and all of the Knight's Move pistons are down, and you flick a switch that pulls all of the blocking pistons up, and the water laid out in that way will cause it to replicate and fill across the entire area, turning the whole thing into a giant square lake. Then you can close that and save those water sources off for next time, and then pop up the Knight's Move pistons so that every one of the water source blocks that's in that square that we just filled in has a block next to it and freezes faster. And then once it's all frozen, you flick the switch to lower all of those, whatever you want to call them, freeze-aiding blocks, I guess, back into the floor. And then you come through with a Silk Touch pick, and you harvest all of the ice. And in my creative world, I got, I think, about 8 full stacks of ice from this design, plus maybe another odd 8 that didn't, that was left over. So hopefully you only have to harvest on a fairly infrequent basis, and then you've got plenty of ice to bide you over for the time being. It's going to be a fairly big project, but I like to have a series of large projects to occupy my time. Multiple ones are nice because then you can bounce back and forth. In this particular case, I was able to use the dirt that I excavated out from the top layer of this location to help supplement extending the biome out in that direction. So sometimes the projects can feed one another as well, which is nice. At this point, though, I think we're going to take our goods back to the house, get our inventory sorted out a little bit, and then head over to the amusement park area and take a look at what we need to do over there. I think it's mostly just clearing stuff out again. The idea I have for that, I think I've been using the word idea a lot. So, the concept I have for that is very similar to Goodland on the Mindcrack server. I'm a big fan of the Mindcrack server, so a lot of my ideas come from that area. But Goodland is a location on that server that Good, who is Good Boulderfist on YouTube, I'll try to remember to link to him in the description if you haven't heard of him. He excavated out a huge area in I think it was a desert, I assume it was a desert, nearby their spawn village that they have over there, near the server's natural spawn point, and placed half slabs, sandstone half slabs, all along the ground. And in so doing, rendered the area mob-proof without having to go through and plant a ton of torches or whatever. The amount of chickens that are now in the nether is hilarious. This is Jarlis's portal. I think it's been through here before. And Brickster was over and just filled the place up with chickens. Just, harvested a whole ton of eggs and just filled the place with chickens from the hatched eggs. And a whole bunch of them came through his portal since it's right there on the ground floor. This cow must have come from his cow farm as well. And it's been slowly working its way down the steps also. The nether, and there's somebody's dog. The nether certainly has become a fairly I thought that guy was going to attack me there for a second. The nether has become a pretty interesting place as a result of people, this portal especially. I have seen a lot of random mobs come through this portal, which I think links over to Anville Castle, which is where Mint and Blue Apple live currently. And I think that possibly it's in a cave underneath the castle grounds. And I think possibly what's happening there is that it's not fully lit the way that it could be. And every once in a while, hostile mobs will spawn down there, wander through the portal. Whoa! Disco Mouse. Wander through the portal, and then end up here in the nether. I've seen creepers come through there. I saw a zombie and a skeleton come through there. I've seen the occasional farm animal come through there. So it's very interesting. I'm not in my single-player world. All of my portals are more or less cordoned off, that you can't get to them very easily as a game-controlled entity. Only really player-controlled people are able to get to the portals. So I don't often see mobs and villagers and what have you coming through the portals. I'm more often seeing just myself or anything that I purposefully put through going through. Alright, well, let me get my inventory sorted out and I will rejoin you momentarily. Okay, we've got the inventory all sorted, and we're going to take a quick detour over to Anville Castle. Oh, jeez, these guys. To check out a project that Mint and Blue Apple have been working on. Apparently they've connected some lakes in their area and built a bit of a harbor. So we're going to go check that out. Mint was complaining that she's managed to break 5 boats in one day. Ooh, Bodie the Explorer. I want a Bodie the Explorer. That sounds awesome. Alright, so what'd she say? The Anville Castle, alley between the Anville and Potion Shop. Okay, her Potion Shop is here. Ah, I guess this is the alley here. Oh, ooh! Oh, hey, this is nice. I like this a lot. This is very cool. Bait shop. Very nice. Ah. Could do some fishing from here. What the? Naturally. So yeah, Mint is completely invisible to me. Oh! That's a lot of wheat. Bodie! What do we got over here? Anville Castle Public Wheat Farm. Very nice. With a melon seed in it. Please replant the seeds and hoe any dirt. Fair enough. I would partake, but with my automatic system, I don't feel like it. I guess. What do we have over here? Anville Harbor Boat Builders. Oh, very nice. I didn't get it on camera because I was not in the proper mood to handle it, but Mint and Mr. Blue Apple did prank me recently. I think yesterday is when I cleaned it up, and I wasn't totally sure of who it was meant by the man with the black bones until now, because I didn't remember what his skin was. But yeah, they came through and they actually removed all the lights out of my house and then boarded it up. And so when I logged in, I spawned right next to my bed, which is where I had logged out, and it was pitch black in there. Thankfully, no mobs spawned. They did leave, when I got outside of the house, they had left me some very damaged, I think, wooden swords. Maybe one wood sword, one iron sword, if I remember right. What's he saying? But thankfully, nothing spawned inside my house. I think because my spawn point for when I logged in, my spawn point for when I logged in, being in the house, set a radius in which the mobs couldn't spawn, so they couldn't actually spawn inside my house. Which was good, because a creeper in my house would have been a big problem. And unfortunately, as I chose for my own personal aesthetics to use a pumpkin, or rather a jack-o'-lantern, as my light source of choice in the house, it actually turned out to be a much bigger pain in the butt to fix than I think they had anticipated. And given that I was already in a bad mood when I started recording, I got into a worse mood as I'm trying to clean it up, and it did not make for good video. So everything's been sorted now. We're in good shape as far as the pranks are concerned on here. People are going to try and cut down the frequency a little bit, since I had 5 pranks in the space of a week. So I appreciate you guys giving me a little bit of breathing room between the pranks. At least long enough so that I can maybe respond every once in a while. And so yeah, we're in good shape now, and everything's good. Good. Just in case there was any confusion. We might have to do that. We might have to give this boat a name. Better than boat. And spend some levels to name it on an anvil. Let's see. Let's head up into the castle here. Let's give it a hello? Let's give it a shot. I believe there's an anvil up in the library. If there's not, then there's a bit of a problem, because this is Anville Castle. Tish. There's an ender chest. How do you have an anvil in here? It did not turn out the way that I expected. Got an anvil around here somewhere, I know it. Hello, kitties. Oh, I think I'm in Mint's house now, actually. Sorry. Yep. Anvil. Oh, I think this was over here, wasn't it? Anvil guard. The blacksmith shop. I wonder if Mint saw me in her house, and that's what she's doing. Got any old armor? I might do that. Ah, here we are, the anvil. Oop. Oh, this is nice. I don't think this was done when I was here last. I think this was just an empty place. This looks nice. Alright, let's name our boat. What shall we call you, Bodie? I think we shall call you... Let's see, my avatar is Link, and he's ridden in boats before, but I can't remember what any of the names of the boats he has picked is. You know what? I'm gonna go look that up. Be right back. There we go. I went and I looked it up on Zeldapedia, which is apparently a thing that exists. And the boat in Wind Waker was King of Red Lions. It's one of the few Zelda games I have not played. I played the original a little bit. I played very little of the second one. What in the world was that called? It was The Legend of Zelda... Link's Awakening? No. Oh, I can't remember for the life of me what it was called. But it was that one with the weird... It had a lot of RPG elements in it. You leveled up different attributes. There was a side-scrolly element. It was very weird. And I got it when I was way too young to play it with any real ability at all. And that was pretty much the end of Zelda for me for a while. I did not do A Link to the Past until well after... Oh, Gallows. Until well after N64. About a month. And, on the pranking Brickster vid at the end. Yes. Very nice. Do we have... Oh, we do. Nice. Oh, cacti. Oh, nastiness. Worst way to die is to get pricked to death. But yeah, getting back to Zelda before I forget. The next Zelda game that I played was Ocarina of Time for the N64. And that, I think, still, to this day, is one of the best Zelda games ever. I've played Majora's Mask as well. I played Twilight Princess. Haven't played Skyward Sword yet. I've heard lots of good things about Skyward Sword, so it's entirely possible that that would change my perspective. But, yay! But, what do we got over here? Meat locker. Oh. Oh, I love the ice on the floor. That's great. Look at them skate around. Oh, you poor fools. You have no idea what's in for you. Oh, it could be incredibly lame. Apparently, from what I was reading, the boat is like a talking boat that serves as a sidekick, and it's sentient, and I don't know. But I needed a name for the boat, so I named it. I do like Phil. I think Phil is a well, actually, but you don't want your boat. You don't want your boat to fill. That would be a problem. A problem. As in, it's a problem as opposed to a problem. Alright, guys. Well, I think on that note, we're going to cut the episode here. And we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.